Hi everyone, my name is Sara Paniagua and I will explain about the auxiliary verbs to be, to do, and to have. Function of the verb to be as a linking verb. It provides information about the subject or its permanent or temporary state. For example, my sister was happy with her new cell phone. Was represent the linking verb because this verb give us information about the subject. Rocha River is contaminated. The verb to be as an auxiliary verb, the verb to be is used in the conjugation of progressive tense. For example, Mrs. Suarez is knitting a beautiful sweater. And as well, it's used for the construction of the passive voice. The TV was repaired by the electrician. The verb to be as a modal verb. The verb to be is used to express an obligation. For example, he is to obey his parents. As well, it's used for the future. The kids are to work in groups of 3. The structure for the verb to be are 4. In the tense present, we can find 3 forms: are, is. Represent the first person in singular. Are represent the second person in singular in plural and the third person in plural. Is for the third person in singular. That means he, she, it. For the past, we used only 2 forms, was and were. Was for the first and third person in singular, were for the second person in singular plural and the third person in plural. In the present participle, the structure of the verb to be is being, and for the past participle is being. Okay, now we will pass at another auxiliary verb, that is the verb to do. The function of the verb to do as a main verb means it expresses the event of carrying out an action and replace a more specific verb. For example, Aunt Rosa does an excellent job. In this example, does represent that she works very good. And in the second example, Darla and Antonio do exercise in the gym. That means they run, they they jump. Another verb. The verb to do is used as an auxiliary verb in the negative and interrogative construction of simple tenses. For example, does the police run behind a thief? Does represent the auxiliary verb. In Spanish, that means anything. And for the construction, the negative form, for this example, you do not sing in a choir. Do is an auxiliary verb. The structure of the verb to do is this: present, does, and do. Does for the third person in singular, and do for the any other subject. For the past, we use did. Present participle, doing, and the past participle, done. And the last, the function of the verb to have. As a main verb, the verb to have expresses possession, ownership, and entitlement. For example, for possessions, I have 2 beautiful kids. Have represent the main verb for possession. Ownership. Bolivia has 9 departments. And entitlement. The students have many opportunities to travel to France. Have represent entitlement. As an auxiliary verb, the verb to have is used in the construction of perfect tenses. For example, Mr. Torrico had been in trouble before I arrived. I have read this book this week. The structure for the verb to have is this. The present, we find two forms, has and have. Has for the third person in singular and have for the any other subject. For the past is had, present participle having, and the past participle had. Thank you so much.